Summer in Colorado has been really good to us. It's officially the first state I've spent the most amount of time in the van, besides California. But California is massive, so I'm not counting that. And it's been really nice to kind of just stay put. I feel like my first year in the van, I was so go, go, go. And granted, like, we are traveling around Colorado, but the most I'm driving is maybe like 2 or 3 hours a day. But yeah, it's been really great to us. We've been staying in like towns with higher elevation, which kicks my butt. Like, even just talking right now, I'm out of breath. But because we're staying at those higher elevations, the weather has been perfect. Like, it's not too hot, it's not too cold. And Colorado in the summer is just so lusciously green. It's beautiful. I can't even explain it, but there are so many amazing wildflowers, which was on my bucket list to see. The stargazing is out of this world. There are so many beautiful lakes, freezing, but beautiful. And yeah, we have nomad friends that work here seasonally, so it's been great to like camp with them and hang out with them. But unfortunately, summer is coming to an end, so we're gonna start making our way up north. But I definitely see myself coming back to Colorado in the summer. It's been so, so good to us, like I said, and even though I explored so many things and so many hikes, I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. So I have a feeling we will be back. We have about a 2.5 drive today, so just getting a walk in while we can. And I work East Coast hours, so I'll drive in the afternoon or early mornings, but typically in the later afternoon. So we're gonna pack up and get going. We are currently parked right outside of Telluride, so we're going to be making our way up to Denver these next few days because I'm actually flying out of Denver back to the East Coast to spend some time with family, and then I have a wedding to go to as well. And Max has a dog sitter up there. So from where I am, it's probably like probably closer to 9 hours with all the passes up to Denver. So I'm gonna split it up over the next few days. And yeah, gonna be driving around like 2.5 today. So let's get going. Alrighty, 2.5 hours later, we just made it to our camp spot for the night. Gonna set up camp. It's pretty hazy with the wildfires, but not too bad here. We've got a cute little stream, but I'll show you around. Well, it's been quite the day, had quite the night. I am camped for the first time by myself since like camping with friends for a while in a national forest. And last night at around like 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a rustling outside of my van, and naturally I was kind of freaking out. And then I heard the rustling inside my van in a chip bag, and lo and behold, for the first time I had mice. I did not have one, I had two, and I spent like 2 or 3 hours trying to catch them, and I got so close, but I was exhausted. I called it, and today I'm just gonna go pick up some traps and peppermint oil because apparently they hate peppermint oil. So I'm exhausted today, but we are gonna drive about an hour, hour and a half, and gonna go see some friends who are camped in an area in Salida. But yeah, I was so upset about the mouse. And then at one point, I couldn't even believe this, but they were coming in through my slider door. And then at one point, it must have climbed up my curtain and was perched on my curtain rod, staring at me, squaring me up. I'll show you where it was. Like right there on the corner. So I'm hoping it was just a one-time thing. I'll get everything that I need today and hopefully it won't happen again. I did just shower though for the first time using my sink. So I have like a hose off of the back that I usually use, but I used my sink this time because it was in the sun, and I just turned it around, got the job done. And there's Maxie sunbathing. I'm gonna clean up, do some work, and hit the road. One thing I've learned about Colorado is that you have to get to camp spots early, like during the week. Everybody escapes the city and goes to the mountains on the weekend, and it is tough out there, but luckily we scored one of my favorite spots this weekend. And it's one of my favorite spots because it is right on this river. It's freezing, but I've done a few cold plunges and Max loves swimming in it, and it's just super peaceful. So we'll be here for another day or two, and then I'll be heading to Denver to fly out to the East Coast. Just a little update on the whole mice situation. I got peppermint oil and sprayed a crap ton of it, not really realizing how potent it is, and learned after the fact that it can be toxic to dogs. So I had my Max Air fan going all night, but it did not deter the mice away. I still had them coming into my van, and I caught one of them with like a sticky trap, and I had every intention of letting it go by using olive oil, but I went to go set it free and it escaped one of those traps. So I'm hoping that it escaped and didn't go back into my van. Last night was the first night I was able to sleep through the night without hearing anything. So I hope that's the end of them, but we'll see. And then my windshield wipers yesterday stopped working in the middle of a storm. So hoping that they didn't chew through the wires. I think it actually might just be the motor, but you know, you win some. I just feel like lately I've been losing most. But it's all part of the journey. I keep telling myself Max and I are safe, which is the most important part. And if I was in a house or an apartment, I'd be going through these ups and downs. Like I'd probably have repairs here and there. Luckily, my first year on the road was okay. You know, I had some things that happened, but we just keep moving forward. I've actually had a few electrical issues these past few weeks. My inverter was failing and then my solar wasn't charging. And I just have to say this community is so amazing. I posted it onto my Instagram story saying that I was having these issues and I really didn't know what the solve was. And I had so many people reach out who I've met before or I've never met, but we follow each other and they live on the road. And just talking it through with people, trying to troubleshoot was so helpful. And I ended up loosening and retightening wires, and I would love to say that it's a wire that was loose because everything's working normal now, but it all kind of spiraled for me with this community and like snowballed, I guess I should say, not spiraled, when I attended an event last September and I didn't know anybody going into it, but I left with so many friendships, and I've been to a few events since, and you start to see some familiar faces. And when you're going through it and you have issues like this, it's just really comforted knowing that there's people out there who are willing to help. And yeah, it's been such an important part of being on the road, is having community. Okay, I dropped Max off at his babysitter. I did not cry this time, not yet, but getting ready to go to the airport. I'm parked at a nearby parking lot that just does like daily rentals, and I've mouse-proofed the van. I've got traps set up basically everywhere. But if I don't catch a mouse, I have to set these off when I'm back, so that'll be fun. Anyways, I put my bike inside just for extra security, and now we're gonna head to the airport.